And welcome back. Today, the public hearings for the Usindiso building fire inquiry commence, with the evidence being presented before the presiding officers. In its initial phases, the Commission will investigate information suggesting that the death toll in the tragic blaze might be 76 instead of the previously reported 77. For more on this, we are now joined on the line by SABC News reporter Mbelenhle Mthethwa. Mbelenhle, good morning. Thank you so much for making time for us. How far are we into the inquiry, and also have the terms of reference been clarified now?
Well, Alton, I have to also just clarify that we have encountered a few challenges where most of the media houses have not been allowed inside due to capacity constraints. It would seem the organizers have set a cap or a limit on the number of people who are allowed inside, and this is a cap of 25 people. The majority of media houses are outside camping and waiting to go inside. However, we were provided with a link just after the proceedings began, and what we have heard so far is that is testimony from an emergency services personnel who explained that many of the emergency exits were blockaded. And this was the reason why the fire and the people found themselves trapped inside the Usindiso building on the day of the fire. And they've also explained to the judges presiding over the commission that there were rooms that had been converted. One room had been converted, bathroom to be exact, had been converted into a living area and illegally connected. So this was a place, an area of concern, given that a bathroom is an area that tends to have water and tends to be humid when being used, and that being next to an electric appliance also that is being connected illegally was also an area of concern. However, many of the emergency exits were blocked, not only by shacks that were on the ground floor, where there were 3 by 3 meter squared shacks made from plywood. There were mattresses as well as cooking utensils. Many of the exits were also blocked by a concrete wall, not necessarily a concrete wall, but a wall that had been built out of brick and mortar, as well as some of the emergency exits being locked with a security guard, and many of them also being used as storage facilities and blocked by boxes. Now, this is what we have heard so far, and it seems there was also an issue of refuse collection where the JMPD, and not JMPD, the emergency services personnel says that that was a disaster waiting to happen. The fact that there was an area that was used as a dumping site just around there, which was really just outside a window. So there are just a lot of hazardous issues that have emerged so far, that the building was hazardous in itself given the amount of illegal connections as well as many entrances, emergency exits being used as storage facilities, being blockaded by boxes, some by bricks and mortar, as well as the shacks that were constricting movement within the building.
Mbelenhle, we know that this building is also owned by the city of Johannesburg and was leased out. Is it clear at this point, though, whether the people who were collecting rent from the occupiers in this building will be called to come and testify, and if the inquiry have been able to get a hold of them?
Well, I think we will soon find out, or we will find out during the course of this inquiry. However, at the moment, we are hearing the testimony of the first responders and those who are responsible with extinguishing the fire, not only extinguishing the fire, but also ensuring that people made it out of the blaze alive. And they are explaining to the Commission what sort of challenges they encountered with regards to entering the facility and ensuring that those who, the survivors, were able to get out and do so safely.
And just finally, with regards to some of the logistical issues that you pointed out at the beginning of this interview, is it clear as yet from the organizers whether they will be seeking a bigger venue to accommodate all the media that's interested in covering this inquiry?
It is really unclear, but right now, many of the media houses, I think there's only one or two media houses inside, but many of the media houses have been asked to stay outside. And this is majority of media houses. It's two broadcast media houses as well as two other radio broadcasting media houses, as well as some newspaper publications, really just waiting outside for word in order to be allowed to go inside. Now, unfortunately, this then means that the media is unable to do its work in terms of bringing the news to the people, especially since this was a story that really sparked public outrage, but also garnered a lot of public interest. And the media not being allowed to go inside and do the work that it is required to do means that we are unable to bring the news to the people from first-hand account and do the news gathering that we do on the daily in order to ensure that the public is informed as to what is happening. People, based on the question that you also asked, if those who were collecting rent have been found and if they will be brought before this commission to answer to all the safety hazards that existed within the building, is also a point that many would like to hear and be able to witness and even listen in on our platform, be it on the digital news platform as well as our SABC News platforms, but unfortunately they are somehow being denied that opportunity by virtue of the fact that media houses are being denied access and entry due to capacity constraints. Only 25 people are allowed inside, and we have been told that once there is space made available, we will only then be able to go inside.